Hi, it's Chuck Gilmore with Power to Sing Live number 73. And today we're going to be talking about singing higher with in head voice with confidence. So welcome to everyone who's joined me today. And I just want to say very happy to be with you. This is a topic that just continues to circle back over and over again. And there's several reasons there. I'd like to find out if you know what those reasons might be, or could take a guess. But hey, George, good to see you. Glad we were able to connect today. Subia, hi. Altu, the bridge. Thank you. You can see and hear. So that is awesome. So we're in the pre-show moments right now before top of the hour, which is just about 3 minutes or so. But so I want to ask you a question. Here's the question: do you like listening to a good singer who really has a great head voice and can do it with confidence? Maybe a rhetorical, but let me know in this comment section below. Who maybe tell me who that singer is. That'd be interesting to know. But we all really enjoy that, and but I want to kind of like let you know right now that there was a time in my life that I could not sing in my head voice. So I am not coming to you from the standpoint of the experience of always being able to do this. This is something that I had to learn, and that's the exciting thing. You can learn, and I just didn't know that. Hi to Lucas. Hey. Lucas, I still have a hard time with osmium. It's a member of the element group, one of the most hardest metals, from what I understand. So great to see you with us again today. And Marnix, hello. Very nice to see you. Subia again. Roseanne. Hi, Roseanne. Nice to see you. And, okay, like Matt Albert, I'll have to look him up. George, I don't know him. Sam Smith. Yeah, he's talking about head voice, right? It's one of the first people that you think of. So Marnix says, I just discovered the great song, Itchy-Coo Park by Small Faces. Just amazing. Hey, we'll have to check that out too. Hi from, gosh, I wish, Anakin. So, Mike, I don't think I've met you before. In Gitawork. Mike in Gitawork. So nice to have you with us today, Mike. So, the topic today continues to resurface almost daily. And, okay, George says it sings a song called Monarch. All right, we'll have to look that in. Ricardo, nice to have you with us today. All right, this is Chuck Gilmore with Power to Sing Live number 73, singing higher into head voice with confidence. And it's top of the hour. We want to welcome all of you who've joined us now. So let me talk about a couple things here. In a recent survey that I did, I asked this question, and I had 122 responses, and the question was, what's your number one problem that you face as a singer? Anybody want to take a guess what the number one problem is? And this is not an unusual response. I have seen this consistently over the last 9 years, really, in interviews that I've had live with students right here in my studio, and online, and comments from YouTube channels, and comments on my on my vlog, in my website, powertosing.com. Anyone take a guess as to what the number one problem is with the singers face? That's almost a rhetorical question, isn't it? Well, let me know in the comment section below. Tell me what it is. Let me circle back to that. I don't want to give it away right off the bat. There were three things that came up, the first thing that came up was 40% of all the people that responded said this thing. Another 30% responded with a related problem, related to the first. And the last percentage of problems had to do with, and I'll give this one away, had to do with confidence. So this is something that did not come as a surprise to me. All right, I'll tell you what it is. The number one problem was I can't sing high notes. I can't sing high notes. The number two problem was when I sing high notes, I crack and break. It's really fundamentally the same thing, isn't it? Although people, and a lot of people can get up, especially like the female singers, can get up into their, get up higher than us guys, obviously, and that's who crack, and they crack and break. But there are a lot of guys who can power it up and all of a sudden, you know, they have a crack and a break. Yes, Ishan, nice to have you here. Tiku, I don't know if I've met you before, but nice to have you here today. He says, I think it is the break. Yes, that's what people are really describing. They're talking about the break, and I didn't know that when I was younger. I knew I couldn't sing any higher than the E. I'm not exaggerating to say that I wouldn't sing the next note, which is an F. I just simply wouldn't do it because I either had to crack or yell so bad, and even if I yelled, it was flat. Just, you know, couldn't do it. And so I was under the impression that I was born that way and that that's just the way my voice was built. Wrong, wrong, wrong. But my teacher that I had for 2 years she didn't know. She didn't know this. She was a nice lady and she did a really good job within a certain parameter, but she said nothing to me about my head voice. By the way, you can see I'm getting very fuzzy here. I'm in a show in rehearsals right now for Camelot, and I'm playing the role of King Pellinor, the old king, and kind of the comic relief in the show. Anyway, we're going to open on the 14th of April, so you're looking at I got another couple months going. I don't know if I'll trim it or not. So anyway, that's what's getting so hairy about. So some of the comments here. Subia says Tori Kelly. Yeah, that's somebody I can think of. I like her singing. Blast Groovement. Hi, awesome to see you live. Well, thank you. Nice to have you with us. I can't miss such an occasion, so I have to ask: is the diaphragmatic and the open throat are the key to higher notes to avoid falsetto? I don't think they're the key, but I think they are important, and so maybe we can talk about that briefly in a second. Because I remember one time I've heard Seth Riggs say this in a lecture, a conference. He's had a lot of great breathers who are not very good singers, and he's had a lot of really great singers who were pretty lousy breathers. So they're important, but they're not the make or break. I think they help in a great many ways. But it's more about two other things. I'll tell you about that in a second. Anybody guess? So, Timothy. Hi, Timothy. Nice to have you with us today. Timothy Fernandez is singing high notes and breaking. Yep. Right on the money, Timothy. You're exactly right. Omkar Babar. Hello, sir. I do pull chest high larynx exercises daily, but I'm still confused whether to pull tone in or push it out while doing bubble lips and the tongue trill. Please help. You know what? Let me come back to that one too, and we'll maybe see if I can just show you. Ishan says, I don't think many of us, including me, understand the psychology, or the physiology, sorry, behind it and how to get your way around it. Okay. So Another comment from Blast says, does the yawning-like technique applied during singing help sing high, or should I avoid it? No, I think yawning is very similar to, no, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it would probably help. And Enken, singing vowels O and A through the bridge. My main problem for, you know. All right, so, okay, the bridge talks about Placingo, Domingo, and Giuseppe di Stefano, I'm thinking, talking about the high notes. And two great singers. Does compression in the neck limit head voice going high? Any compression? Well, there's friendly compression, Subia, and you're working on developing a little bit more of that contraction of the vocal cords to get a little bit more of your chest voice engaged. So there is friendly compression, but there are certainly extrinsic muscles that can really prevent us from singing high. George says, I noticed with Eleanor Rigby and our chorus will be we use words like BAHP, bop doot, sometimes they start pianissimo or very low on the scale and then suddenly crescendo to high notes. Okay, so let me get into this a little bit here today, you guys. The number one thing was singing. Can't sing high notes. Number two is I sing high notes, but I crack and break. And number three is I lack confidence. This is a continuous chorus through the years. I'm never really surprised by this. And so this is just something so common. And frankly, it was my issue too. Although I couldn't even sing the high notes, so I don't know that I avoided cracking and breaking because I knew what would happen if I got too high. Now, I remember one time lining up and they said, okay, we want you to get in this line, this is an audition. And they said, we want you to sing the A flat on, it's the A flat, and we're going to have you sing the word B like you were singing Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera. So anyway, we all had to go up there and say, B. Well, I was happy to be in the audition. I'd gotten called back, and we were all lined up. There were probably 7 of us, maybe 8. And so each person went from person to person, and we had to do B in our biggest head voice. And I did it, but I didn't do it very well. I was able to sing in head voice, able to vocalize in head voice, but I think it was more like B. And now if I were to audition now, I could at least give it a little bit of B. So I've gotten a lot better at getting deeper into the chord structure. And so that was probably 15 years ago. And so, it's not something that I personally was able to do immediately. I mean, I got into my head voice in some fashion and was able to do Fs, which I thought was miraculous, and some F sharps and things, but it took me a little while. So, I tell you that because this is a process. But the most important point I want to make is that it's learnable, it's doable, and we can achieve it. Now, how fast we can, it kind of varies from person to person. But we can achieve it, and we can get better and better, and it is possible. And I think that's the number one message, really. I didn't even know it was possible. And so, and this is the reason why this is always brought up. Because people don't know that it's possible to sing through a certain part of their voice. For myself, it was just the E above middle C. For the ladies, it might be anything above like B or B flat, B, C, C sharp above middle C. So that would be the C5 or C5 sharp. any place around there, that's their first bridge also. And so a lot of ladies can't get through there without cracking or breaking into falsetto. So it's universal. You don't have to be, it's guys and girls. The worst that have it are the teen boys when their voice changes. It's just a really difficulty, a real big difficulty. So anyway, all right. I couldn't get into my head voice until I was 43. So all of you youngsters out there, I hope that your life will be different. And it'll be different because you're learning how to do this and you understand that it's possible. Okay, so let me get to a couple other things here. The number one problem that always comes up is caused by, and I think it was mentioned a second ago, was it Ishan? It's caused by this bridge. We all have this transition zone in our voices, and it's a transition from low voice to high voice, low pitch, to high pitch, and well, that's not even low, and then on up to our highest notes. That transition and we call the low notes chest, we call the high notes head voice. That transition we have to go through is called the passaggio, or the bridge, and we all know it's there, or most singers know it's there. Some people just say it's my break area. That's the reason why people can't sing high notes, and the reason why they crack and break. It's because of the bridge and their inability or their lack of understanding of how it works, and the fact that it is possible to learn how to get through this area of the voice, not only get through it, to sing in it and sing above it and well above it, and to do so in a good, solid, strong voice, not just falsetto. We all can do that. Ah! So here's the G. That's the beginning of head voice for the men. Ah! Head voice. Ah! Ah! Falsetto. Ah! 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 So we can all break, but staying connected is something that we maybe don't know what to do or how to do. And this is the reason, and many people who are new just think it's impossible, so that they don't know that it's even a possibility. Like me, I thought I was born with this limitation, the ceiling, literally. I just thought it was the top. That's it. That's the end of my voice right there, unless I wanted to sing falsetto, which doesn't work in musical theater. Well, I mean, in certain circumstances, but not generally speaking for leading male singers. All right, so let me take a couple comments here, and I'd like to get back. I am kind of limited today. I've got students coming in. So we got some more comments here. The bridge. Let me see. I'll start someplace. So little compression is okay, right? Yes, Subia. There is friendly compression. We can't make a sound. The chords are apart. We don't make any noise. You can hear the air passing through. So we have, even falsetto has the chords somewhat together. So they have to come together to make a sound. So to get them a little bit more contracted, some contraction in the chord structure, or maybe you could call it compression, we have to get the chords to come together, and so there's a friendly compression. There's this area of the voice, I call it a balance between air and muscle. It's known as a balance, airflow. Where it's nice and comfortable. It seems to be interacting well with the compression of the chords, with the air that's passing through them, And so they're going like this. This is slow motion. The air is going through the cords, and they are fluctuating like this, vibrating and creating a sound wave. We have to have some compression. And now it can be over contracted or under contracted or just contracted. So if we said over compressed or under compressed, we just want compression. And that's kind of where you speak, unless you talk like this, which may mean that you're under contracted or under compressed even in your speaking voice. But if you speak fairly normally, if you speak comfortably like this, and we're talking to an individual, that's what we want to take into the song. We don't want to change anything when we add a melody. But too often we're talking along normally, and then we start singing and say, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." Why did you change your voice? Well, I thought I could help it. So we sometimes will do that, and then we become under-compressed. It's possibly over-compressed, which a lot of singers are over-compressed. So anyway, my little comment about that, Subia. So was the latter B in your mixed voice? No, that was a head voice. B, B. Now, B, 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 B. Now it's a little bit of, there's different qualities of the voice, but I'm a little scratchy right now too. But anyway, so I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that probably 10 years ago. Anyway, the bridge says, do you think wider vowels help more in getting deeper in the chords? Of course, when done right. Yes, they do, Altu. And so when we do exercises, the more narrow vowels help us to get into our head voice. And so when we were first learning to get through the bridge, it's very nice to be able to do this on a more closed vowel. Something like ooh. Ooh. So a lot of times the exercises that I do with students who, let's say the worst, who are facing the biggest challenge are the teen boys. And so I'll have them say goo, 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 goo. Now something that helps, and this relates to a question that was asked previously about the yawning sound. If you yawn, you can feel the larynx, the Adam's apple goes down. This is the larynx. And so if we add a dopey sound, which is kind of like that yawning sound, duh, 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 duh. Can you see that drop? Duh, duh, duh. So if we just say gee, let's say gee. So that's a nice narrow vowel, and the larynx is down. Gee, 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 gee. If I lose that dopey sound, and the larynx comes up, gee, 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 I get over-compressed. Or over-contracted is another way of putting it. Now, so I want to maintain that dopey sound to keep the larynx down. Gee, 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 gee. Now that's not falsetto. I didn't crack or break, so I didn't disconnect. The tone didn't disconnect. By keeping the larynx down, then so. This is like, mind-blowing. First time I experienced it, I did it with bubble lips. And someone asked about bubble lips a second ago. Let me see if I can find that. I don't know if I can. Let me see. Bubble lips. Okay. Omkar says, I do pull chest high larynx exercises, but I'm still confused whether to pull tone in or push it out while doing bubble lips and tongue trill. I'm not exactly, I don't know if I completely understand what you mean by pull the tone in or push it out, but let me explain. When you do the bubble lips, it keeps the larynx down if we do it correctly. So, just by doing that, just by doing the bubbles, the vibration moves up into the head and back down again. And it's allowed to do that because the larynx is staying down. It didn't go up, it didn't choke off the sound. So it makes it's such an advantage. The tongue trill does the same thing. And if you want a really good exercise, close your lips, blow them apart, and then add the tongue trill. See, I'm doing tongue trill, and I'm doing, with my lips closed, they're blown apart by the tongue trill. So, that's a double resistor. That keeps the larynx down really well because the air is being resisted by the tongue trill and the lips. Actually, it's probably a triple resistor because it's got the vocal cords are resisting some of that air too. Okay, so that's that's a little bit about how to get through the bridge. And now then those who are cracking and breaking on the top, probably it's because they're not bridging correctly. They're not. There's still some reach or still some pull, so they might be able to get up there. And I find this with gifted singers quite a bit. They're able to get up high, and they do really well to a certain point, and then it just cracks. Well, they might say, ah! They can pull their chest up better than that. And but while they're singing up there and they hit an open vowel like my or love, it cracks. So it still has to do with the first bridge, that break area. Ishan, you really had a good comment there because that's exactly right. That's what our inability to negotiate that bridge area in the first place causes, not only prevents us from getting through there, but if we can power through, then we end up breaking. Okay, so let me just take a couple more questions and shout out to others who have joined us. Hey, Rebecca, vocal athlete. Everybody needs to go look at her channel. She's got so many fun things on there. You're quite an actress, Rebecca, and I like all of your imitations. Really fun. So anyway, thanks. Yeah, easy to get it wrong for sure. And I suppose that's what makes this so challenging. If you get it right, you're not sure it's right. Because it's so new, you don't know what the feeling is. You don't know what the right feeling is. And that's the question I get all the time. Am I doing that right? Is that right? And so it's a real challenge. It really is. Now I'm getting hoarse again, or I don't know what I got. Okay, so let me see here. I got to back up a little bit. I'm missing some things. The Brit says, "Do you think?" Yep. Yeah. I was going to say, in connection with the Bridges comment, the way to start getting through there is with that narrow vowel, which we did with that goo goo goo. Goo, 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 goo. And so for the ladies, it'd be up here higher. Goo, 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 goo. If the larynx came up, goo, 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 or goo, 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 goo. You can hear it really easy when you're doing the goo. So you keep it hooty. Goo, 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 goo. It's not very satisfying at first because it just feels like falsetto. It's so light for the guys. Now the girls don't feel quite that way, but let's say then that we get through that, and then we can develop more of our ability by going to more open vowels. So let's say we make it through on goo. Goo, 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 goo. We kind of strengthen it with this octave repeat. Goo, 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 goo. But we can't live on goo the whole time. So we want to say goo, goo. We want to go to go. Go, 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 go. Or no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Go, 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 go. Now, if we do that and we say go, 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 we have to go back to what we can do. Goo, 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 goo. So at first you might have to say goo, 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 goo. Try keep the go right where the goo was. Goo, 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 goo. Now, ladies, you're up here. If you do it where I'm demonstrating the guys, it's not going to help you much. Goo, 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 goo. Or no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now the other thing is, once you get no down, no, 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 and you're not pulling up chest. No, 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 ladies or men. No, 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 no. That wouldn't be right. No, 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 no. That's a pretty solid O in a mixed voice, but it's not no, 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 no. I'm not opening it up to pull and then pulling chest up. But once that holds, then we can go to more open vowels. We could say no, 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 no. Sorry. No, 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 no. No to na. No, no, that wasn't no, 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 no. So those are critical things. There's a lot of different things that are involved, but yes, alto, you're right. We can develop our ability to get deeper into the chord structure by going to more open vowels done correctly. Okay. I've got Skype on here and I'm getting messages. I guess I need to turn it off. I don't know how I can do that. I'm on a PC now instead of broadcasting on a PC is a lot better. If you remember a few weeks ago, my video and audio kept getting off, and it's not doing that anymore because I'm using a different program, and I've got a PC which makes it better. Okay, Chuck, can you elaborate on definition by different coaches of head voice? Because your head voice sounds very chest-like to me, almost like it's thin chest and not head voice. Head voice by my definition is anything above the F sharp for guys. For the ladies, you really get into just pure head voice about the G5. Okay. You got more of a middle here than us guys do. So once you hit above C sharp, for the ladies, C sharp's 5, you've got a couple, then you actually start a second bridge, which still has an element, little touch of maybe a connection of some chest. Then once you get to the G, it's just pretty much head. So for guys, for us, it's through the F sharp. Once you hit the G, it's pretty much just the head voice. However, excuse me. So that's my definition of head voice. The correct head voice is done in such a way that there isn't any reach in it. There's not a pull. There's not a grab or a raised larynx, because that would just be pulling up the chest voice. And you notice that if I said baby, the larynx is up slightly, because I could say bee. But it took a little while it took me quite a while to learn how to go from but what I learned to do is kind of press into the feeling of release of that. You can hear it's the same condition. Now, I didn't say and it's the same feeling as down here. But it's not that would be pulling up my chest. It's just, it's more of a developed head voice. It's a head voice where I'm getting deeper into the chord structure. Deeper meaning if these are the vocal cords, I'm not up here. I'm getting deeper into the chords. And so that's giving me a fuller sound. And it comes from doing these exercises that I'm showing you today. So I'm looking at my watch. I keep looking down. Don't mean to do that. Someday I'll have a camera up here in the PC. It's down in the corner here, so I have to go down like that. Giving away all my secrets, obvious things that are going wrong. So, Lucas, I hope that kind of... So the definition is kind of based on pitch. And I'm in head voice when there's no reach. If there's reach in it, then maybe I'm pulling chest up. But there's no grab or reach or straining on that. Yeah, Ishan, 43 years old. That's now 22 years ago. I just turned 65. And my life changed. Ishan, my life changed when I found out about this. I wish I'd known sooner. I don't have regrets, and life turned out fine. But I'm trying to get the word out to folks. There's lots of no information about it, or misinformation. Or like I say, if people know how to bridge, or they know about the bridge, they know about the passaggio, but they just think it's this impenetrable place in their voice. My break is what people will say. It's not. And I give all the credit to Seth Riggs. I think he's the one he's the person that really figured it out. Figured out exercises that allow bridging, or that promote bridging, or that make it possible. And then to get into a condition in head voice where it sounds like you're speaking, your spoken voice, and not fall. It doesn't sound so light or breathy or airy. I thank God above for Seth and what he's done. So Blast Groovement says, how to check whether my chords are connected or not. I came to a point where my falsetto seems to be strong enough that it's confusing. Once you get to a certain point, it is kind of confusing because it feels very similar. If I do so this is the break in the falsetto. Now I can do that, and so I know what it feels like to be in falsetto. I can feel this release or let go. So one is head voice, mom, 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 mom. One is falsetto, mom, 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 ma, 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 ma. Falsetto does not blend in the chest. That's one hint. So it takes some time to distinguish it. And then sometimes even with, well, with the ladies, it's hard to hear for me. With some men, it's hard to hear. So I have them bring that light condition down. I know they were in falsetto. Or they disconnected. That was my head voice. How do you know? I didn't have to reconnect back in. Subia, I'm getting better now with connecting chest to head. Yay! Thanks. And thanks for your videos. You're welcome. I'm glad. Blast Government says, are the chords always connected when they sing nay? No. It is possible to do a falsetto in nay. Nay, 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 nay. But I think it's harder to do that than just to stay connected. I think it's easier to stay connected with the nay, nay, nay. It doesn't have to be loud. Nay, 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 nay. Do singing nay and falsetto? Yeah, so it is possible. I mean, can you assure me that I haven't broken? Nope. Anybody can sing falsetto in any condition, I think. Actually, I think it's really hard to sing falsetto with the lyrics way down. Duh. The reason why I say that, and I'm gonna, hope this is gonna blew my mind. If I go in the falsetto, and I'll try in the G. Now look what happens if I lower my lyrics even more. So I drove the larynx down, and what happens? It came together. The tone came together. It reconnected. But how many of us do that when we're in falsetto, right? There was still a little bit of a bump there. I don't think I was disconnected. I got a little bit of junk on my chords, but crazy, huh? Okay, so I got to kind of, let me just, oh gosh, some great questions today. Hey, Yapadios, didn't know you were here. Colosi, hi, we corresponded today. A little bit on YouTube. Glad to have you here. Guys, I'm going to have to, oh my gosh, there's so many great questions here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to answer everything. But look, here's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today is that all these videos I've got on YouTube are helpful. And Subia, thank you for the compliment. Many of you, I think, have been helped by the videos. On my last video I just put up this morning, I put a PDF. It's called the cheat PDF, a PDF cheat. So what I did is I went through, looked at all my videos that I had online. I've got 300 videos, and there's some that are private, so I've got like 322 videos. And so where do you start? And I get this question all the time. Where do you start? Well, because the majority of people are either unable to sing high notes, or they sing high notes and break and crack, or they just lack confidence. Because of these three major areas, what I did is I created a PDF, and I'm going to put that, I don't know if it's available right now or not, but I put a link to a PDF, to this PDF that you can download. And what I did is I took seven videos, and I didn't break this into a lot of detail. Let me just show this to you. I put this. I'm going to put a link to this, a PDF cheat, 7 videos to learn to sing great high notes and increase your confidence. So what I did is I went through my videos on YouTube, and I picked out 7 that I felt like were right on, really focused in on the problems that we have talked about today. Not being able to sing very high, cracking and breaking, if you are singing high, and lacking confidence. And so what I did is I picked out 7 of what I think were the best, or at least of the finest videos that you could get to on the website, on my YouTube channel. So rather than trying to swim through 300 videos to find which one, I've listed 7 of them. Now, 2 of them are really about the bridge, which is what this is all about anyway. And then 5 of them are about how to exercises that get you through the bridge. And then I put 2, what I call them, just bonus videos on building confidence that I think are important confidence videos, building confidence videos. So that's in a PDF, and it's in a, there's a link to this PDF that will be in the description of this live broadcast. So I recommend that you go there, download this PDF, and so what it's going to do, it should save you days, really, days, and maybe some frustration, because there can be a little bit of overwhelm. There's so many videos that are on my YouTube channel. So I've been told that, and I don't know if it's happened yet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to download all of these. Let me see. I think I'm going to download them. I'm going to try and download every single one of our comments here, and print them up. And because I've got to book out of here. Let me just see if I can catch a couple of these other ones here. I don't want to. I hate to leave you hanging, but what I'll do is I'm going to make copies of these, and then I'll answer every single one that I haven't addressed today. Okay. So sometime in the future, YouTube's supposed to be leaving these comments on our live streams. That's been announced, and I don't know exactly why it hasn't happened yet, but. So I'm going to go through here and make copies of all of the notes, all of these comments, and there have been great comments today, you guys. So please check back if I haven't answered your question. Check back, and I'm going to copy these and print them out, and then I'm going to I'm just going to put it right on my drive right now so that I've got these, and then I'll answer all these questions. So we know what the three top things are. This comes up all the time. I can't sing high notes. I crack and break if I do sing high notes, and I lack confidence. I'm going to put 7 great videos about those first 2, and a couple of videos on building confidence in this PDF cheat. Should be in the description down below as soon as this thing goes, onto the YouTube channel, and so you can click on that, get the videos or get the PDF cheat, and be able to look at it. I think Altu has already, and maybe several of you have already downloaded it. So this concludes the broadcast today. Thank you for joining me. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody's questions. I will follow up and try and answer all of them, and maybe I'll even do another broadcast or a video about your questions. So they've been some great questions today, great comments. Thanks, you guys, for being there. I hope you find this helpful. I'm Chuck Gilmore with Power to Sing. You can sing higher with beauty, confidence, and power. I know that because you're doing it. Thanks. I'll see you inside the next video, okay? Bye-bye.